The Journey to Cityhood, New City of South Fulton. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Johnny Surry, and I'm going to be highlighting my area during my community profile, which was the Cliftondale area in the city of South Fulton. Ladies and gentlemen, currently now you're looking at the Cliftondale Community Center, which is also the South Fulton Arts Center. And so this center is key because here you have after-school programs, you have community people who come back. There's actually a teacher at Clark Atlanta who comes and offers his time to people who are interested in the arts. We have baseball fields, soccer fields, kickball fields, and also this is where kids come and sign up to play recreational football, baseball, basketball, and tennis. And as you can see across the street, we have several houses that have tons of land, and so typically people have houses here and have a lot of land versus staying in subdivisions with little or no land. Currently, we're looking at some would consider it a subdivision without a subdivision title. It's a street in the Cliftondale community that has houses on both sides. As you can see, both sides, the houses are further back off of the street with a lot of front yard and a lot of backyard as well. And so these homes have been here for quite some time. I want to say these homes have been here since the early 80s. Late 90s, and so the homeowners here are roughly in their 60s, 70s. Some people are fairly new who moved here and they're young, and so these people have said, they like staying in this area because one, it's peace and quiet. These people know each other. They don't have to worry about thefts. As you can see on this side, this house seems to be not your typical three-sided brick house, but this seems to be like a cement and different type of textile used for the house. As you can see, the area is quiet besides the music that's playing right now, but the area is quiet. You don't have any animals, not a lot of kids in the area. And so typically these are the type of neighborhoods that we have in the Cliftondale community. But as you can see later on in the video, as you will see later on in the video, I'll show you all some of the subdivisions where you can practically reach out of your window and touch your neighbor. As we continue on in the video, you see a few more houses. Some of these houses are on the hills. As we turn left, you'll see another house just as the one that you saw before that is further off of the street. And as we drive down the hill, we're going to turn back to my left, and this is a newer house that has been built, and it's a more modern house with a four-sided brick. And so this person here, had this house built from the ground up, 3-car garage, an older gentleman. And so as you see, a lot of trees in the area. Actually across the street, Senator Donzella James stays in a house over there. As we make this right turn, we're going to take a look at some more houses. Just like the house we saw on the other street, the Cliftondale community has somewhat more older style houses that are farther off of the street, so that you have some sense of privacy in your home. And so, as I stated before earlier, on the other street that we looked at with the homes, these houses are, some are ranch style houses, some are multi-story houses, but these people have houses back off of the land so that they have privacy. You're not as close to your neighbors as you would be in a modern style subdivision. As you can see right here, this house is maybe the furthest off of the street, a ranch style 2 to 3 bedroom house. As you can see, one car. And as we keep going, we're here to day 2. Day 2, we're going to take a look at a subdivision in the Cliftondale community that has more modern style houses. And the name of this subdivision, as you all can see, is the Amherst subdivision. And so as we do an aerial view with the drone, I'm going to give you all just some background information on the economic development of the city of South Fulton and the Cliftondale community. So as you see the wording coming up, I'm going to describe to you all how the subdivision looks. The subdivision has houses very close. As you can see, it's very different from the older house that you all saw earlier. And so these houses are close together. You can actually touch your neighbors and reach them outside, not literally, but just figuratively. And so as you can see, we're taking a tour of the neighborhood. You all see that these houses are closer. The driveways are not as long. You don't really have much of a front yard or much of a backyard. These places here have clubhouses and things of that nature, and they feed into the feeder high school, which is Westlake High School that you all will see later, and the Cliftondale Elementary School. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached day number 3. So on the home stretch of this project and looking at our last subdivision, this is the Walden Park area. This would be the premier subdivision in the Cliftondale community for the simple fact of, if you can remember back earlier in the video, we did a drone eye view of the Amherst area and you saw several houses close together. But here you don't see as many houses together because these houses are much larger than the ones in the Amherst community. And so as we come down, I'm going to give you all just some brief statistics on trafficking. And then after we see these brief statistics on trafficking, we're going to go and actually view some of the houses in the area. So prepare to be amazed. As we make our way into the subdivision, you see when we enter this subdivision, we have one house on the right-hand side. This seems to be a 4-sided brick house. You have several cars in this neighborhood. This is the front side of the house. Very nice house, very nice yard. Trampoline in the back. They seem to have some kids, or this could be just some older people who want to stay youthful. You see you have another house here, a bigger house sitting on the front part of the yard. As stated before, these houses typically don't have as much land, but they have quite a bit of land because the house sits on so much. Currently looking at more houses. These houses seem to be a tad bit closer to each other. As I drove around this subdivision, or the person who was driving me as I was recording, because Dr. Franklin said nobody can hold their phone and record, there were 3 different parts of this neighborhood. There were smaller houses, the larger houses, and then there were the extremely larger houses, which were classified as the estates. This is a nice corner house, as you can see, front-sided brick only. Currently now we're on the road that's called the Rocky Head Road, which leads to the feeder school for the Cliftondale community. As I told you all before, we want to stop by and see the school. And so some of the houses on this area are what you would consider like shack style houses. They are very small. These people seem to be hoarders of some sort because they seem to collect a lot of things, or they could be working on cars. And so as we continue to go and land this road was kind of dangerous because it was only rocks. And so God forbid a rock put a hole in my tire as we were riding. And so we're going to go by and visit the school so that you all can see what the school looked like. And so as we wrap up this video, I want to show you all the longest standing convenience store and gas station in the Cliftondale community. This place is called Young Supermarket, and the gas station has had several names, but it's owned now by Mr. Hote and Hopte. And these two young gentlemen are from South Africa, as I've had a conversation with them. And so Young Supermarket is owned by some Chinese Ming Ling and Tuan Ling. And this is the picture of the gas station, which is now called Two Rays Gas Station.